All right, let's dive deep today.
Oh, yeah.
Altered Beast.
You got it.
You know, it's a game that maybe, I think for a lot of people, is more like remembered than played, you know?
More of a meme.
A little bit, yeah. When people know the line,
Mm-hmm.
but have they actually played the game?
Right.
Rise from your grave.
Exactly.
So is Altered Beast a bad game?
Well, that's what we're going to look into today.
Or is it, or is there something more to this game?
Absolutely. I mean, you got to think, back in 1988, this thing hit the arcades.
Yeah.
And it was a phenomenon.
Huge.
Especially outside Japan, right?
Yeah.
I mean, people were lining up to play this game.
Oh, yeah.
Forcing their quarters in like crazy.
It was such a big hit that in some regions, it was the pack-in title with the Genesis.
Exactly. So you got your Sega Genesis, you got Altered Beast, you're ready to go.
You're battling Neff.
Yeah. You're battling Neff. You're ready to become the beast.
Right away.
And Sega knew, I think, what they were doing, right? They wanted a game that would really show off the power of this new 16-bit console.
Right.
And Altered Beast with these big, detailed characters, crazy visual effects. It was...
Massive characters.
It was a showstopper, right?
When you say massive characters, I'm thinking, you know, sprites.
Okay, yeah, pixelated sprites. But you got to think about it. This was cutting edge, okay?
Right.
Seeing a character transform on screen, that with that detail, it was mind-blowing.
Yeah.
The developers spent a whole month just perfecting those transformation sequences.
Wow.
That's how important it was to them, you know, to get that man-to-beast feeling just right.
They really wanted to sell that spectacle. Absolutely.
Wasn't there something about pressure-sensitive buttons?
Oh, yeah, you did your research.
I was looking into that.
The creator, he wanted to have a system where you could press the buttons harder for stronger attacks. So like more nuanced control.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine the depth that could have added to the game.
That would have changed the feel.
It would have been a completely different beast, so to speak.
I could see why he might feel that hurt the game's longevity.
Potentially, yeah.
But pressure-sensitive dreams aside, what about the gameplay itself?
Yeah.
Like, how does Altered Beast hold up
as
a side-scrolling beat-em-up?
Well, you know, at its heart, you're running through levels, punching, kicking, dodging enemies.
Yeah.
Pretty standard stuff.
Right.
But where Altered Beast tries to separate itself is with the power-up system.
The spirit balls.
Yes, the spirit balls, those glowing orbs of power.
Yeah.
They not only beef you up, they also eventually trigger your transformation into the beast.
Right. So you're this regular dude.
Yeah.
And then you're like transforming into
you're channeling
your inner beast.
Right.
Literally. And there's a whole bunch of different beasts.
Yeah, there's a whole menagerie of beasts to choose from.
Got your werewolf.
Got your werewolf, your werebear.
Were-dragon. Oh yeah.
Even a golden werewolf.
Oh yeah, for when you're feeling
extra powerful.
Flashy.
Extra flashy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And each beast has its own, unique abilities. Yeah, you can like zap enemies with lightning.
Oh, yeah.
Petrify them with your breath.
Right.
Fireballs, all sorts of stuff.
You get your different fireballs.
Exactly. So it definitely adds a little bit of variety to the combat, you know.
So we got these transformations, these different beasts with special attacks. Sounds like a pretty solid formula for a beat-em-up.
Yeah.
But how did people actually feel about the game back in the
That's the question, isn't it?
Did it live up to the hype?
Because, you know, nostalgia can be a powerful...
It's a healthy drug.
It really is. You know, it can make us look back on things.
Yeah. You put on those rose-tinted glasses.
With the rose-tinted glasses on.
And you think, wait a minute, was it always this bad?
Exactly. Was it always this
So how do we kind of separate?
That's the tough part, you know? How do we separate that nostalgia from a more objective view?
Yeah, how do we get a real assessment of Altered Beast?
I think one way is to look at what people were saying back when it came out.
Right.
No rose-tinted glasses.
Right.
Raw initial reactions.
Okay.
And what better place to do that than on Reddit?
Oh, Reddit.
The virtual Elysium of opinions.
Yeah, where gamers gather to praise, debate, and completely eviscerate their favorite games.
Yeah.
So what did the Mega Drive subreddit have to say about Altered Beast?
Well, it's a pretty mixed bag, honestly.
Okay.
You know, you got some people who still think it's a fun game.
Okay.
They love the different beast forms.
Right.
They love the challenge, you know. So they like that old school arcade feel.
Genuine love.
Yeah, there's some genuine love for it.
Okay.
But then there are people who think it's quite dated.
Yeah.
Especially compared to games that came later, like Golden Axe, Streets of Rage.
Right.
Those games just offered a lot more depth and variety.
Right.
More fluid combat, more moves.
I'm sensing a better remembered than played vibe.
Oh, yeah. That phrase came up quite a bit. Actually.
Really?
Yeah, and it makes sense. Altered Beast was groundbreaking visually for its time.
Yeah.
But those graphics haven't aged as well.
Right.
You know?
Like those old action movies with the cheesy special effects.
Exactly. You appreciate them for what they were.
Yeah.
But they don't quite hold up against modern blockbusters.
Right. So where does that leave us with Altered Beast?
I think it's important.
Was it all just smoke and mirrors?
No, not necessarily. Yeah. I think it's important to remember that Altered Beast wasn't just some random arcade game. It was a launch title.
Launch title for the Sega Genesis.
It was meant to like really showcase what the console could do.
It was a look what we can do game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Look what this thing can do.
Yeah, to get people excited about this new technology.
Yeah.
And it did its job.
Right.
But we have to view it through the lens of its time.
Like the technology was... The technological limitations were so different back. Memory limitations.
Right.
The graphics.
Yeah.
And sometimes the controls, you know.
Yeah. Sometimes the controls could be
a little wonky.
Pretty janky.
Yeah. It was a different world of game development.
So when we're judging Altered Beast, we got to...
You have to factor in those limitations.
limitations.
And when you think about it, those detailed sprites, the transformation sequences that was pushing the boundaries of what was possible.
It's like comparing... a black and white silent film to a modern CGI fest.
You can't judge them.
Yeah, you can't judge them.
By the same standards.
At the same standard.
For products of different eras of filmmaking.
Okay, so it's about understanding the context.
Yes.
The limitations.
The context.
And
limitations.
The impact that these games weigh on the industry. But even beyond that, Altered Beast has left a mark.
Oh, yeah.
That goes way beyond its gameplay.
Absolutely.
What do you say?
I mean, it's become a part of pop culture in some really interesting ways.
Yeah.
Rise from your grave.
It's practically a gamer catchphrase.
It's a gamer catchphrase.
Good point.
You see it on memes, T-shirts, even other games.
It's instantly recognizable.
It is.
Even for people who haven't even touched the game.
Yeah, I think so.
And didn't Matthew Sweet name an album?
He did.
Altered Beast?
He named an album Altered Beast.
Clearly,
something about this game resonated with him.
It resonated with him.
Yeah.
And it even reached Hollywood. Remember that Rhino Boss
character? Yeah. Wreck-It Ralph. Yeah. That's a cameo stashing Altered Beast.
So it's more than a game.
It is. It's a cultural touchstone.
Cultural touchstone.
Yeah.
But this kind of brings up a question.
Yeah.
Does a game have to be like a timeless masterpiece to be considered good? Or is there room to appreciate a game for its historical significance, its cultural impact, or even just the sheer nostalgia it evokes?
What do you think?
Yeah, that's a tough one.
It is.
I mean, we all have those games that we love from our past. Even if they don't necessarily hold up?
Yeah, they don't hold up.
Is it just nostalgia talking?
Right. Is it just the rose-tinted glasses? Yeah. Or is there something more there?
Yeah, is there something
And I think it's a bit of both. You know, nostalgia definitely plays a role.
Okay.
But a game that might seem mediocre now could have been absolutely groundbreaking back in its day.
Right.
You know, it could have introduced us to a whole genre,
a
whole new way of experiencing games.
Like Altered Beast, for some people, that was their first beat 'em up.
First time seeing a transformation on the screen.
Rise from your grave.
Exactly. And those memories, they shape our understanding of the games.
Yeah.
They contribute to this rich tapestry of gaming culture.
So are we saying that all games deserve a place in the
I wouldn't go that far.
Virtual Hall of Fame?
No, not necessarily, but I think it's important to approach older games with a sense of curiosity, a sense of historical awareness, you know, to understand the context in which they were created, the limitations they faced.
And forget the limitations.
And the impact they had on the games that came after.
Respect the lineage.
Respect the lineage, exactly. Recognize that even what we might consider the most primitive games helped to pave the way for the experiences we have now.
For the games that we enjoy today.
Exactly. Yeah. Altered Beast, for all its flaws, was ambitious.
Yeah.
It was innovative.
It pushed the boundaries.
It pushed the boundaries of what was possible. Especially visual at the time. Yeah. And it helped establish Sega as a real player in the console wars.
And its legacy lives on.
Oh, it does.
Not just in the memes and the references, but in countless games that came after that took...
That drew inspiration.
From it.
From Altered Beast.
So I guess what makes Altered Beast more than just a meme
I think it's a combination of things, It's the nostalgia, it's the historical significance, it's the cultural impact.
Right, it's all of those things.
It's all of those things. It's a reminder that, good can be subjective. Yeah. Games can be appreciated on multiple levels.
Yeah.
And even flawed experiences can leave a mark.
Can leave a lasting mark.
On the industry. Yeah. And on us.
On our memories.
As gamers. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, as we wrap up this deep dive on Altered Beast, I'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, what about you?
What games from your past?
What games do you hold in a similar place in your heart?
Games might not be considered classics, but, have shaped
your gaming journey.
Share your memories, share your thoughts.
Share your
definition of what makes a game good.
Because at the end of the day, gaming is all about connecting through these shared experiences.
Even
if those experiences involve battling cheesy werewolves.
Yeah, even if it's...
and dodging clunky fireballs.
Poorly rendered fireballs.
Exactly.
So we'll
rise.
We'll rise from our graves.
From our graves another time.
Another time.
Ready for another deep dive.
Until then.
Game on.